This is Emily Cooper. She's a mom and local artist in the area whose art you may recognize if you've recently been in downtown State College. She paints windows with beautiful murals and recently took on a very niche occupation as a face painter.
Kids are pretty easy to please when it comes to face painting. They just want something painted on them. They like that attention and something different. It's that's the exciting thing to them almost more than what the thing is itself, how it looks at the end. It's the experience. But when they look in the mirror, some kids have the best reactions. I don't know, unicorn girls. The unicorn girls are they're up there, man. They just match the unicorn vibe, and then they see in the mirror that they look like a unicorn, and it's oh, I'm a unicorn now. This is who I am. This is my identity now. I'm a unicorn. And they'll go around oh, I'm a unicorn. And it's really cute. So I love that. It's kind of like dress up in a way, when kids have costumes on and they believe that they're the thing. Face paint does the same thing. It's an identity change for a kid. It's really cool. So growing up, starting as early as kindergarten, my brother and I would go to my grandparents' house after school, and they were both artists. In senior year, I took a painting class, and I remember I was kind of nervous about it. I think just because of who my grandfather and gran were, and their skills were really good. I think I just had this fear, not fear, but kind of well, I want to be good at it because I want to be like them, and I don't know. And then I did it, and I remember the first project that we did was a landscape. That was pretty much the only criteria, I think, was just a landscape. And I did it, and I was wow, for my first real painting ever. This is pretty good, and I had fun doing it.
Emily stuck with art and has been doing it as a hobby for around 9 years now, ever since she first came to State College. She's been painting windows since the beginning of this year. On top of that, she has a 3-year-old named Philip, and she babysits 2 younger girls aged 9 and 11 throughout the week. She went on to tell me how she and her husband found her first face painting gig.
We kind of just threw out this idea of well, what's something that combines all these different things that I really love doing, which is painting. I love kids because I'm a babysitter. And I love community involvement. I love bringing people together. I like busyness and being in something. I don't know, just where something's going on. I like to be a part of that, and also art. So we threw out the idea oh, what about face painting? Just kind of jokingly. And then someone asked in a Facebook group, the next week, if anyone knew of a face painter that wanted to do just a end of the year party for their neighborhood. I was oh my goodness. And he would pay me. So I did it. And then I looked more into it, and I was wait a second. This could be income. This is an actual thing. And there's this whole world of face painting and body art that exists that's just you have no idea until you hear about it, that people are having these conversations. It's pretty hilarious. This is insane. This is great. And there's no competition. No one else is doing this where we live. And I was oh my gosh, this is such a good opportunity. It's combining all of these things that I really love. It's really special. I feel I'm serving people well. I don't want people to just know me and know who I am. I want them to feel loved by me. And so if someone remembers me and has a positive oh, hey, Emily, to me that says I showed them love at some point, and that means something.
The thing I love about Emily is when I get to see her at so many random places around the community. I went to a kid's birthday party for my kiddo with one of her classmates, and there was Miss Emily, as we call her, painting faces, and everybody looked like a beautiful unicorn, and she just brings so much joy and personality to these places that we go and get to see her at.
Emily recently painted faces at the Blue and White game and is gearing up for this upcoming football season by training more people to paint faces. She should have a bigger crew of artists with her as time goes by. Make sure to keep an eye out downtown to see what artwork she has put up next.